What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Thursday with a small 6-game slate here tonight, but we're going to make it work with my Money 6. 6 of my favorite plays on the board. We had an extremely good night last night with the plays. Andre Drummond went off a huge double-double, and D. Rose really stole the night with 50 points. Career high from him, and he dropped 69 DraftKings points, so an insane amount of value from him. If you didn't have him in your lineups, then you were probably screwed. But we recommended them here. Jrue Holiday had a really good night. Karis LeVert did his thing. So those 4 out of the 6 plays were huge, returned a lot of value. DeAndre Jordan kind of let me down. He only put up 4 shots for whatever reason. The Mavericks weren't really going through him as much as I was hoping for against the Lakers. So that kind of sucked, but the rest of the plays made up for it. So let's see if we can have another great night. Be sure to drop a like in the video. It means a lot, and it really helps me out so I can continue to bring these videos your way. And subscribe if you haven't already to get these plays the remainder of the NBA season. And hit that bell icon after you subscribe to get alerted every time I upload. So let's get into it, though. Russell Westbrook, I'm going to go with him. I mean, I feel like his minutes have been a little bit down to start the year. So weird kind of game scripts, and he was kind of fighting, or he was coming off that knee surgery. So these first couple games could have just been used as like some rust being shaken off, and he wasn't able to return that huge upside. But against the Clippers, he was kind of firing in all cylinders in a tougher matchup against Patrick Beverley. He got 34 minutes, and that game was a blowout. They pulled the starters around 3 minutes to go. So he would have got like 37 minutes if it was closer, and he probably would have got closer to 60-plus DraftKings points if it remained close in the fourth quarter. So against Charlotte here on the road, I think this game should remain close. It's only like a 1-point spread. And against Kemba Walker and the Hornets, it could be a back-and-forth battle between the 2 point guards. And I think Westbrook has a better shot of getting closer to that triple-double that we normally see in the years past. So this is going to be his first triple-double I'm calling on the year. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. And then I'm going to go back to Jrue Holiday. I mean, I'm guessing that Elfrid Payton doesn't play here tonight. They're saying that he might be back in the lineup. But with them dealing on a back-to-back and their next game being on Saturday, I think it just makes more sense for them to hold him out until Saturday. And that means a lot of Jrue Holiday again here in this matchup. He played 42 minutes against the Warriors, and he could honestly play 40 minutes again here tonight against Portland, a team that has really good guard play. So you really need Jrue Holiday on the court to kind of limit them and counteract their great guard play. So at 7,300, I think Jrue Holiday can honestly get over 40 DraftKings points yet again here. The assist numbers have been up, like I mentioned, without Elfrid Payton, and just the usage has been up a good amount with 19 shots in the last game against the Warriors. So a really good spot. Again here, with Elfrid Payton likely out, I might pivot off Jrue Holiday if Elfrid Payton does play, and they say he's not on a minute restriction, but I'm guessing he doesn't play, and I'm expecting another good night. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy, and then we're going to go with De'Aaron Fox. This is an extremely good spot for him going against Atlanta. Projected to be the fastest-paced game out of any game on the slate. And Jrue Holiday in fast-paced games, he normally just goes off and just balls out. So, like against Washington earlier this year, it was an up-tempo game. He did get in some foul trouble, but still dropped 34 points. Against OKC, a fast-paced, up-tempo game, 46. And this has that huge upside. We've seen 40 points from him 4 times this year. And at 6,700 in a really good matchup against Atlanta, I think he could flirt with 40 points again here in this game. Probably has the best matchup on the court. I don't think Trae Young can keep up with this speed. Like his straight line speed's a little bit too much for Trae Young, and Atlanta doesn't really have that rim protector. So I think De'Aaron Fox could get a lot of points driving to the hoop, and he's been a lot better with his assist totals this year. So he can definitely find some guys with the ball in his hands, like drive to the hoop, score a few times, and then drive and kick to a guy like Buddy Hield, Baliki, however you say his name, the power forward, and stuff like that. So I think he can get like a 20 and 8 or maybe even like a 25 and 8 or something like that and get us over 35 DraftKings points. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. And then NURKIC here at 5,900. His price is down a little bit. He's been very inconsistent this year as his minutes have been a little bit up and down, to say the least. But in these kind of matchups where they're going against teams that have like a lot of big men, like Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, Mirotic, that means he normally gets some more minutes. Like we saw 24 minutes against Houston. That was a blowout, so maybe he could have even gotten more minutes. But he played extremely well with 40 DraftKings points. And then against Orlando, another team with a lot of big men, he played 30 minutes and got 40 DraftKings points. And then a team like San Antonio, they have a couple big men, 23 minutes. Washington, I'm not sure if Mahimi was in that game, but he still balled out for 52 DraftKings points. And he got 30 against the Lakers. So the upside is there. Like, he's only really had 2 bad games. Indiana doesn't really have true big men. Miles Turner is like a big man, but he doesn't really play a full complement of minutes. And Sabonis is more kind of like a power forward playing center. So he didn't get as many minutes there. And also, I think Zach Collins balled out in that game. So that was unsurprising. But I think in this game against Anthony Davis, they need Nurkic down low. So if he can stay out of foul trouble, he can definitely get around a double-double and return a lot of value. He's definitely a risky play because of that foul trouble, and he can be really inconsistent with the minutes due to that and just up and down. But his upside is extremely good in this matchup at 5,900 with that 40-plus upside because of his huge double-double games when he's on. So at 5,900, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there, take the risk, and just go for that upside with Nurkic. And then I'm going to go with CEDI Osman here at 5,500 going against Denver. He is the best matchup on the court. As you can see there, they're 28th against small forwards. And Osman, another guy that's been up and down, but in good matchups, he's typically done pretty well. So he got 31 DraftKings points last time out. And with Kevin Love out, he should be throwing up double-digit shots in these games, and especially against a team like Denver that does have some solid defense against guards, like especially Gary Harris. He's a really good defensive shooting guard. Could limit a guy like Rodney Hood, who's been carrying the load on offense the last 2 games with Kevin Love. So maybe they kind of go back more to CeDi Osman. And he's a guy that can fill it up in multiple categories. He can get some rebounds, a few assists like we saw earlier in the year. He got 17 points, 10 rebounds against Toronto. And then against Minnesota, he got 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. So he does have some extremely good upside. I think he can get us around 30 DraftKings points in this game. And also, he's not really game script dependent, as he's been typically playing a good amount of minutes even when they've been down a good amount. Like, he's gotten 30-plus minutes in every game except one against Brooklyn, and he was struggling a good amount in that game. So I think he can get it going here again at home. He should be a little bit more comfortable at home, even though the numbers haven't shown that. But I'm expecting him to get it going against Denver here. Best matchup on the court, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my 5th guy. And then for my value guy, I'm going to go with Monte Morris. I'm expecting Denver to get the lead pretty big here in this game, and they are in a back-to-back. So that typically means that the bench gets a little bit extra run in these back-to-backs. So I'm expecting Monte Morris to get around 25 minutes again in this game. We saw Jamal Murray get like 43 minutes last night at the starting point guard. So he's going to be a little bit tired. Monte Morris should be able to get a little bit extra run, and he's played really well in some of these games, and this is a really good matchup against Cleveland. Colin Sexton isn't like a great defensive point guard. He's still a rookie, so he still has some growing pains probably defensively. So I think Monte Morris could get the better of him in this matchup. And like I said, he's had some big games against the Lakers, 41, against the Kings, 27, against Golden State, 22. He definitely has the ability to score, and this is the kind of a matchup where he can score and it can turn into a blowout, meaning he gets some extra run and some extra opportunities out the bench. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy with the money 6. So that is it. You got Westbrook, Jrue Holiday, CeDi Osman, Nurkic, De'Aaron Fox, and Monte Morris. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Slap a like if you did. This slate probably won't be nearly as high scoring on this one with only 6 games, and you don't have as many obvious values like Derrick Rose and stuff like that. But good luck on this one. Subscribe if you haven't already, like I said, to continue to get these videos, and we'll see you back here again next time.